I think the final destination, Grim Reaper, is after me, because after the unboxing this happened. I'll explain it all later.
Right, there we go. That's that bad boy there.
This is why you don't use compressions under the floor.
It's fully rotating. They've done compression everywhere, and that was the first hint. If they had just done it there, perhaps I'd let them get away with it, but they've done it here as well. So I had my suspicions that the leak was coming from here. So yeah, there we go. It looks like it's been leaking a long time. Get it out of there. Just over the years, that is years of leaking. Press gun has arrived. I ordered it from TCD, Trade Counter Direct. I've never used them before, so I just noticed that they had this at the cheapest price. They also had express delivery, so I ordered this and I got it next working day. I'm not sponsored at all. And we're gonna have a look at my new press gun. Hopefully it works. The box did come a bit mangled. I think that's to do with the delivery company though. Right, there we go. That's that bad boy there. Comes in a lovely case. Looks quite good. It's a Milwaukee M12 battery and it's an HPT-202C. I should have a Stanley blade somewhere, but I'm not hunting throughout the whole site for it because I put it down and I don't know where it is. So we're using a screw. I'm quite excited. I love the cases. I do wish these were pack out. It's not a pack out box, but what I might be able to do is I think I'll get some cleats here. So I'll buy some cleats, so that'll be another video. It is fancy looking. Don't worry about my manky finger that I've cut. I'll try not to get that in the shot. I'll use my right hand instead. So all the jaws look like they come nicely packed. We've got one battery, two batteries. Got a standard charger there, which is great. I already have a Milwaukee charger, but this one might stay in my van as a backup. I'm thinking about getting a inverter so that as I drive, it will charge. And the other jaw, and that's it. I mean, it's quite nicely laid out. We've got the instruction manual, which tucks in here. Let's have a look at these jaws. So that's the first jaw. So that is M28, so that is 28 mil. Looks good. Let's have a look at this one. I'm trying to hide my finger as I do this because I know some of you will click off as soon as you see the mankiness of that cut finger. So over here, this should be the 22. Yep, that's absolutely right. That's the 22 mil. Looks good. And then over here, this should be the 15, which it is, and that's identified by M15, and obviously the size of it. Brilliant. And that's the brand spanking new battery. This just goes in here like that, and there we go. So to use it, I don't actually have a clue how to use it, if I'm honest with you. I think we have to twist this out of the way, just like that, and then you can pull that out, which opens it up. To lock it in place, you do that. Start by peeling that off. And that's the hole that the pivot or the latch will go through. So just like that. Push that through. Lock it in place. And there we go. Bob's your uncle. Amazing. So I'm on site at the moment. There will be a few videos. There'll be a few videos on this, but doesn't it look beautiful? Let's have a quick look around at it. It is absolutely stunning. And this rotates as well. So it gets into all the angles that you need it to, no matter what. It's quite small. It's advertised as one of the lightest, and it is quite light. So yeah, I'm quite happy with this. So you'd put it over like that, close it, and then let's test it out. See if I have to hold it for a certain amount of time. Oh, I just pressed it and it keeps going. Amazing. So that's it. It seems like it's almost immediate. So yeah, don't accidentally press it. Battery seems good. Let's see what it's like to take out. Whoops. Yeah, flung out there. I thought it was going to be more resistance. I wish it had some sort of battery indicator. It might. I don't know if this has a battery indicator on it. What I'm likely going to do is put a couple here, because as soon as I cut these off, I'll probably have to do both of them. So I'll cut them off here. There we go. So now all we've got to do is cut this up here. I can now push that through. Get that out. So that's done. Now I just need to get one that matches straight into there. And the next one needs to kind of mimic that. I've only got a few of these left, so I'll probably need these two couples just there. And whoops, two of these 90-degree elbows. If we have a look inside, we'll see a black rubber O-ring. If it's for gas, it'll be yellow. That's the same here. So these are for water and hot water. First thing I need to do is try to clean this up a bit, so I'll get something on there. So yep, I'm going to put that in there. Just like that. I'm going to do this one as well. Just like that. Now some people mark it. I'm quite happy with doing it without marking it, so I will. We're just going to set this up. So all I need is my 15mm. Take this out, twist that out of the way. Put that in place. Lock it. Get that in there and it's ready to go. So that's the first one I'm going to do. So all I have to do is get that on there and around it. Now what I'm doing is I'm pushing this way, right? So it's in there and I'm pushing that way. I know it can't go any further than that. And all I have to do is press it. So that's done. Now that is on there. Chuck that on there. Again, it's all the way in. I put that on there. I push it whilst this is on there. Push it because I know it's not going to go anywhere. And I press. So that's pressed now. And I just need to do the rest. So all I have to do is match these. So for example, if I put this in here, just like that, it matches. When we have this one, and I put this one in, we can see it matches up. So all we have to do is take these out and cut pipes exactly the same as these. I'm just going to put this in there like that, and we're going to mimic it. So I'm just putting my finger there, that's fully in. And I can cut that. Now I did have to cut this in the ceiling, so I know this needs to be quite a bit longer. So I'm actually just going to cut it a bit longer. So there we go, that's what that looks like. We can now do the next one, which is this one here. So I'll put this on there, mash that up so that that aligns. And it's just about right there. I might make it a little bit shorter because it was a bit too close to the wall upstairs. So we'll make it a bit shorter so that we bring it a bit forward. And I'll match the length of this one, which is about there. So we're not measuring, we want to be in and out in 10 minutes. Obviously it's taking a bit longer because I'm recorded for you guys. But yeah, there we go. That's the two bits that we need. They're almost identical, to be quite honest with you. And there you go. And we can now do this one, which goes through that hole. And there we go. So that looks great. I'm just going to head upstairs now. So there we go. That's the two there. I'm going to take off these pipes. These are still loose, so we're going to put that there. Put that in just like that. Okay. Now what we can do is we can turn it this way so that this doesn't fall out. And then we just press it. Okay, so that's done. Just like that. Then we can do this side. So if we have a look from this angle, put that in. We don't want to do it upside down because obviously this might fall out. So I can now push that in, make sure it's in, and I can press it. Okay, so that's that bit done. These are not in. Okay, now I'm pressing out of place. So that means I want to press with this down. I'm now going to place the jaw over it, like that. And I'm going to press the button. Release. Just like that. So that one's pressed. We then put that over there. I'm going to tap that in and press it. So that's pressed. Obviously gravity helped there by keeping the pipe in. We don't want to press it this way because the pipe would fall out. And that will go in. Now the one thing we might be concerned about is the position of this pipe moving. So I'm just going to actually hold it in place with this. Just like that. And I'll put that there as well. I want minimal movement on this pipe. So I'm just going to move that out of the way. Get that in there. Double check that that's straight. And I'm going to press it. Done. And the next one. That's it. It did keep this one very straight. Just going to go in there. Press that. And that's all done. So all of that's pressed now. Great. Now, they had put 2 TRVs. We don't want 2 TRVs. So what I'll do is, that one is going to be a lock shield. And we can get that on there now. This will then go on there. Like that. Should match that. Let's move that out the way. It's pretty tight, but it looks like it's gonna fit. So there we go. Just gotta press that on now. Just make sure it's in the right direction, and I'm pushing down as well. There we go. So that was pretty tight. I mean, there was a bit of play there, but not a lot. Not a lot. And that belongs to that. But we can't press it in that situation, so we're going to have to prop this up to make it straight. I'm going to get this on there. That's it. That's as straight as it's going to get, really. I likes it. I likes it a lot. That is in there. Jiggle it about to make sure it's in place. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. Level. That's all solid. Unfortunately, the guy who done this, I don't think he leveled this out. Yeah, I didn't do that, so here's what it is. So it kind of pokes out there at the end. Anywho, so that's it. That's bled. We've got our monster plum. It comes nicely packed. Come have a look. So this is all directly from Monster Plum. And I've got all my press bits. Got 22s. Got a jumbo bag here of bits that we're going to use for the radiators. Got 50mm elbows. We've got obtuse street elbows. All sorts, tees and everything. So on average they're about £1.34 per fitted, which is a which is a lot cheaper than every other competitor in the high street. What I'm gonna do is get these up.
Is he know when you feel this?
I think so.
Oh man.
That's alright, I'll put music over it, it's fine. Press that. And then take it out.
Unfortunately, the building site was really loud, so we've had to mute this part. There's music, there was lots of drilling, it was just too much. So what I have to do here is convert from copper to plastic again, because we're doing long runs. Plastic is definitely cheaper. So we had to overcome a certain bend that we couldn't do in plastic because the plastic bits were too chunky. So we've done that bit there which curves around. We've done that in copper, which is tighter, and then we're going back into plastic again with a HEP 2.0.
All right, Ed is going to press this. Amazing. So we're just going to zoom in there. Let's have a look at that. not much space, but enough space to pull it off. Done. There we go. That's amazing, Ed.
That didn't squash that much though, yeah? Is that right?
Yeah, so it just, it does show when you've pressed it. It's got that little mark, so that's fine.
Perfect. Okay, now make sure the other side. Should I do the other side straight away? Or
Yeah.
or leave it slack before we put it in the beezer then?
No. Let's do it because we won't be able to fit it in, I don't think. It's too tight.
So what we do, use the gravity force.
That's it. You've been listening to me, Skywalker. And you're Yoda. You're Yoda, right?
Yeah, that's the baby. Yeah, that's the guy. My favorite character you got. Look at
Right, so that's it.
that. Perfect.
My guy.
I like this. The floors on this, right? Sausage. Independent.
Had to call the police, wait for the police to arrive. I nearly slammed into their car. Crazy. So yeah, as I was driving along, I noticed that there was about to be a pile-up. Loads of cars started stopping, and one car. Oh my God. The car in the middle lane slammed his brakes on, so I swerved and I turned into the right lane, right? And then I saw that car stopped, so I turned back. Luckily there's no one like behind me, but there was nearly a pile up, so yeah, I stopped, made sure everyone was all right. Yeah, not great. I don't know what's going on this week. Final destination is after me. First, I'd never get injured that badly. The drill got me. And then this. I mean, this was so close. This is almost like a warning. That's great. Like, I swerved out of the way, thinking this car in front of me, why is he stopping? So I swerved to the right, but I'm swerving into where there's already an accident. So I'm like, oh, swerve back, and this isn't a big van, you know. So yeah, really lucky, and that's going 70. So yeah. Everyone in the car seemed to be fine. All the airbags must have protected them because all of them had gone off. But yeah, they walked out. So eventually. But so yeah, they're fine.